Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, an AEW wrestler has been fired. They haven't been fired. They've been suspended following an in-ring incident.
A hugely popular name could be set for WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2024.
Triple H has received some praise for not being a prick.
And I'll tell you when WWE is eyeing a return to Saudi Arabia. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm made of mashed potato.
I did not realise this AEW wrestler had been fired, apparently. And this is the news.
Yeah, that would be a bit extreme.
It's probably going to be news to Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, he's like, what? I've not got a job anymore. No, of course not. That would be a very extreme reaction to this. He's been suspended, Sammy Guevara has. It's the second time he's been suspended in AEW history. There was the Sasha Banks comment a few years ago that led to some sensitivity training. This time, it relates to his match with Jeff Hardy on the 14th of February. That was the match they had, of course, where Jeff appeared to get knocked a bit loopy. And it looked like he'd suffered some kind of concussion. And this is the reason that Sammy's been suspended. Apparently, Jeff was injured. Concussion protocol was not followed. And as a result of this, as a result of protocol not being followed, Sammy hit his finisher on Jeff, which apparently should have happened. This is Fightful Select with the report for a refreshing change. Now, there's no word on how long the suspension is. It should be noted that Sammy worked Powerhouse Hobbs like 2 weeks later in a no DQ match.
That was loads of fun, actually.
Yeah, some people felt that Guevara's that match ruled. Some people felt that Sammy's lack of selling after that match may have contributed to the suspension, but there's no word on whether or not that. Imagine suspending someone for not selling. Yeah, you're not respecting the business. Get the dead man in. He sort these young bucks out. I'm doing the thing. Now, apparently, according to the referee and their role in all of this, there's no word on any disciplinary action with regards to that. There's no timetable for Hardy's return from the injury, which assumedly was a concussion, if it's concussion protocol. Fightful did reach out to Sammy for a comment on this, but he didn't immediately reply. This is a confusing one to me a little bit because, it's obviously it's not the fault of the reporter, but it just seems like a bit ambiguous because surely the person responsible for keeping or informing people if someone's concussed and checking out and looking up for them is the referee.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the heck's going on there. I'm not going to sit here and go, the ref was wrong and they should be punished or whatever. Clearly, whoever investigated this has decided that this was some kind of appropriate punishment. You hate to see people suffer things like concussions and stuff, obviously, because that kills brain cells and can cause long-lasting damage. So best wishes to Jeff in his recovery. And that's it. Yeah,
it's unfortunate that Sammy Guevara is the scapegoat for this, but I'm glad that a line has been drawn and that's it. So I saw a little bit of people getting confused last night on social media. He wasn't suspended for giving Jeff Hardy a concussion. These things happen in wrestling matches. It was like Andy said, not following the protocol immediately after that, which is if there's a problem, you know what, you don't have to finish the match, or if you are going to finish the match, let's just have a quick roll up with a hand on the tights or something. You don't want to hit any more moves because it's really dangerous when someone's already in that sort of a situation. I am confused about that. I'm never going to sit here and campaign for more people to get suspended or fired or what have you.
No, definitely.
But I am confused in terms of the referee's role in this because it feels like if someone's going to make that call, you've got Jeff Hardy, who's the person suffering from the concussion, so can be excused somewhat, but also is the older legend in this match. So presumably Guevara would defer to someone like him. And then after that, you'd go to the referee. It'd be very weird or out of character for Sammy Guevara to be like, I'm just going to call this.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's my choice. There are a number of different scenarios, none of which we actually know, so it's impossible to say for sure, isn't it? I did see a lot of people speaking, like asking that question about, well, how is Sammy the one responsible for is that not the ref and the doctors and stuff? Which I think are fair questions to ask. I'm sure we will hear more because reporters always dig into stuff, so I'm sure we'll hear more on this. Either way, I hope Sammy's doing okay while suspended. hope Jeff's doing okay as well.
Exactly. Right, let's continue talking about the WWE Hall of Fame. We reported yesterday Paul Heyman, of course, being the first name going in, and a hugely popular name is being rumoured to join Heyman in the class of 2024. According to Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Haku could be going in.
Friend of the channel.
Friend is a stretch, just like he stretched to almost punch Simon Miller in the head a few years ago. But yes, a wonderful, terrifying man, but a wrestling legend, a hugely popular wrestling legend. Haku, obviously King Tonga, Meng in WCW. He did time in New Japan, did Bullet Club stuff. He's popped up in AEW, of course.
Yep.
He is someone who's got a rich history within wrestling and a legacy that continues with his sons in wrestling now, of course. And that's why we were all there for the Bullet Club block party. A day that will live in infamy. But I've actually been lucky enough to interview him before he attempted to murder us. And he was, like I said, brilliant and terrifying in equal measure. I'd love to see him going in 2024, Andy.
Haku is a legend in about 7 different ways in this business. He absolutely belongs in every single Hall of Fame in the world. He's not a guy you can look at, right? And a lot of people will go, well, how many world titles did he win? Or how many 5-star matches or whatever? He's not someone you can look at and go, yeah, this tick this box, this box, this box. But in terms of sheer infamy, there are very few people who can match up to the outright wrestling terrifying badass that is Haku. His legacy is indomitable. And as part of like the Tongan wrestling dynasty as well, Tama Tonga, his son's just gone over to WWE and everything else. He's a really important figure in wrestling history. I love him. I am scared of him, and that's why he belongs in the HOF.
First year, of course, Triple H picking it rather than Vince McMahon, and he's nailing it so far.
Yeah, he's just putting in badasses.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like now as well, now this rumour's out there, if it wasn't happening, it's going to happen anyway. Because can you imagine being the person tasked with calling up Haku and telling him he's not going to the Hall of Fame? With regards to you, we were thinking thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we thought about you and thumbs and thought, yeah, we'll put you in the Hall of Fame. Probably just for our own safety more than anything. But yeah, absolute legend. And go back and watch Haku almost kill Simon Miller on our channel if you want.
Maybe you should let Simon Miller induct him. That's like a...
that would be a make good.
Yeah.
That would be a good make good.
Why the hell not? Let's move on. Let's talk about something nice, Triple H. Well, not being a prick. Triple H has done something that makes him not a prick in terms of he's not messing with the announcers.
Yes.
Which is something that Vince did for years and years and years.
Yeah, it's a low bar he had to clear in terms of making WWE better, and some of them is just not doing the things that Vince used to do.
100%.
Like yelling in commentators' ears 24/7.
We heard this so many times over the years. We heard all about like commentators getting screened instructions and it being really disruptive and like hard to deal with. Well, Corey Graves has said that's not the case under Triple H anymore. He was on the Short and to the Point podcast.
One of the best podcasts out there. It's not ours.
100%. Biggest podcast in the world. And I'll just read you what he said, because I could put it in my own words, but I want to twist him. Here's what he said. Triple H is another guy I owe a great deal, if not everything, in my career. He was the one that took a chance on me as a wrestler in NXT. If I need something, I've never hesitated to go to him and ask. He's cool and refreshing in the sense that he gives us announcers space. Instead of being told and prompted that you have to do it a certain way or you have to use certain verbiage, local medical facility, that's my addition, Triple H understands that we're all fans, and as the business grows and evolves, you kind of need to let go of the reins a little bit. I still have my guide rails, but I feel like they're a little bit wider on each side now. He does say that there are certain instances where Triple H will chime in, like if something goes horribly wrong or if a joke is particularly good, he'll go, "Hey, brother, that was funny." I guess that's my terrible Triple H impression.
Hulk Hogan's on.
Yeah.
Brother, that was funny, brother.
I'm Corey Graves, brother. But yeah, this is good to hear. I will say I do wish he'd exert a bit of control over Pat McAfee. That being said...
What, like Michael Cole did on Monday Night Raw? Hey, what a great match Sting had! Shut up!
Yeah.
We said congratulations on his retirement. He gets that. That's it.
But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like I say, sometimes it's the easiest thing is to do nothing, but it's tempting, obviously, to say, mention this. Oh, actually, put this over.
Yeah.
I can understand to a certain extent why they want to micromanage commentary so much, but you've seen, and you can hear with the way that they've taken a little bit more of a step back. Look, these are professionals. They are, a lot of them, former wrestlers like Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, for example, on SmackDown. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. Yes, it's fine to have someone in their ear to say, oh, don't forget to plug the premium live event or whatever, or make, particular reference to this move, or that's fine, but they don't need to be spoon-fed every single thing that's going on. It just doesn't work. You could almost hear it back in the day of that's just Michael Cole being a puppet for Vince McMahon's weird terminology or whatever. So I really like the direction it's going in. Triple H's doing a great job.
Good.
I know what you're thinking, Andy. The big question on your mind is there still tickets available for It's Always Sunny at What Culture? Yes, is the answer. What Culture is going to Underground Arts in Philadelphia.
You should really move this, because it's just totally piss
out
off.
of the way, you sweaty
Billy Gunn.
We are going to Underground Arts in Philadelphia on the Sunday of day 2 of WrestleMania, basically. It's going down at lunchtime. We are the meeting your WrestleMania sandwich, and you'll have plenty of time to get over for night 2. Whatculture.com/tickets. But the other question people are asking, Andy, is, when's WWE heading back to Saudi Arabia? I can't wait! Well, Mike Johnson of PW Insider has reported this, as previously reported on PW Insider Elite.com. Late May is when WWE's heading back to Saudi Arabia. We knew this day would come.
Yeah, I look forward to not watching it.
Yeah.
Where's
that landing in terms of the order? I really should have looked this up before I came in here. So Mania, obviously, April. So presumably, I think we'll have Backlash before that, and then it will be sandwiched in between that and...
Yeah, and
Money in the Bank and that.
I think the in terms of the wrestling on these shows, they're definitely not the crapshoots they used to be. These shows, they're just like regular WWE pay-per-views in that set, in the wrestling sense.
Yes.
But I am never, unless I need to do a stream or whatever for my job, I will never sit there and watch a show that exists as a $50 million PR exercise for a pretty awful regime. So. Not gonna watch it. Just like I don't support Newcastle United.
Yes, exactly. It's one of those things of we have to cover it for our jobs, but that doesn't mean necessarily we morally support it. And I regularly like to just completely forget about them until they roll back around again for all the reasons that you've laid out there. Right, let's move on to your questions. At What Culture WWE on X.
Like you hurt yourself.
At What Culture WWE on X if you want to get in touch with us, or for the rest of this week, of course, we have a question thing on our YouTube community page, and that's where I took the questions from today.
Very
First
nice.
question today comes from Kendrick Gibson61, who writes, "Hey Adam, welcome back, Andy. Hope you're feeling better. I'm not the biggest Young Bucks fan, but their match with Sting and Darby really had me warm up to them a little bit more. Can you recall a time when you weren't a big fan of a wrestler going into the match, but at the end of the match, you became a fan?"
Nia Jax, Becky Lynch.
Yeah, match of the year, baby.
It was match of the year for about 5 hours or something on January 1st, the day one show this year. Yeah, it was great. It was absolutely great. And it was a realization moment for me that actually, since coming back, Nia Jax kind of rules.
Facts.
It was just it was a really good, well-structured bully heel versus fiery babyface match with the added hook of the big right hand, of course, that busted Becky up a few years ago. I wish they'd kept that as a story hook after the match. That's a flaw in the booking, but the match ruled ass. I gave it 4 stars, which is a great rating.
Yeah.
And now, because it happened on the 1st of January, when there's a match that I think is great, I ask myself, was it as good as Nia versus Becky? If the answer is yes, it's 4 or above.
Yeah.
If the answer is no, it's just below. So shout out to Nia Jax. I think she's doing really good work as just an asshole.
I genuinely think, I know she's just fought for the title, but I think WWE might be holding her in reserve to fight Becky Lynch after she wins the title at Mania. She won that match, of course. She just fought Becky Lynch on Raw, and technically, Liv Morgan attacked Nia Jax, therefore, another dub for Nia Jax. And I hope they factor back in, that KO punch of hers, the face smash, or whatever they're going to call it. I'd be more than happy to have her fight Becky Lynch for the world title, even if she's just fought Rhea Ripley, to be honest. Awesome. In terms of me, I've spoken about this quite a few times. We were lucky enough to go to TakeOver New York. It's one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time. And I went in, and I was just very hooked at the time of doing the whole Adam Cole, baby. And then I watched literally my favourite wrestling match of all time, the 2 out of 3 Falls match with Johnny Gargano. And halfway through, I turned to Phil Chambers and I said, I think I might want Gargano to win this, actually. He won me over. It was jaw-dropping stuff. I'm always like that feeling of just suddenly like, bloody hell, I wasn't expecting this from you.
Yeah.
It's always wonderful to see as a
best thing in the
wrestling
world.
fan. Edwin Rosenquist, sorry Edwin if I butchered your name there, says, hi guys, when you're in Philadelphia, I hope you do a Rocky training montage video. You have to get in shape for WrestleMania. We are round.
Yeah.
Will we see you running the Rocky steps? I can confirm that is in the plan. We're going to have a What Culture race, and I have my money on one of 2 individuals.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not doing it.
Who's your money on out of the entire What Culture office? Because people will automatically assume, because he's big and strong and great, Simon Miller. Not a chance.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
He's in shape and he goes running. So he's going to win. There you go.
Simon's too top heavy, all right? if it was a push-up contest, he'll smash it.
He hasn't got the
obviously.
gas tank. That's my theory.
72 steps, I believe, is the Rocky steps. And I looked at that and thought, yeah, me and the Dudleys are going to be hanging towards the back there. It's between Nicholas and Phil for me.
I want to do a news video on the
Phil's
Rocky
going to
steps.
spider his way up there like Daniel Bryan facing Brock Lesnar.
I'll be at the bottom going,
Yeah.
yeah, my fat ass is not getting up those steps, brother.
Yeah.
Like, cheesy peeps.
I'm going to go and kick the Liberty Bell instead.
I might walk up it holding the cheesesteak. Yeah, you might break that bug. It's already cracked.
Yeah.
What use is that? A bell, you ring it, it breaks. Rubbish.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What you need is replace the Liberty Bell with this.
Perfect.
You're welcome, Philadelphia. Finally, Jason gives us our final question. Jason 5003 to be exact. Morning, legends. As someone who's now going to Mania, congratulations, join us for It's Always Sunny at What Culture. What are you going to wear to the event? I love this. We asked for wrestling-related questions, and this is wrestling-related, and it's one of my favourites. What are you going to wear to the event? Are you guys wearing coats? Do I need warm clothes? Now, we've been caught out with this before, haven't we, Andy?
Yeah, New York was like, Jeezy peeps. We sat down and it was all right.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there, well, that was 8 hours to be fair.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there for a number of hours, even if it's like, I don't know, 7 degrees Celsius, which is not that cold, but when you're doing nothing apart from going, hey, you will be freezing. I would say wear like a layer more than you think you need.
Yeah, that was
That's a good
exactly
idea.
what I was going to say. Yeah, when we sat down for WrestleMania 35, Andy Murray was clean shaven, and by the end he looked like this.
Grey hair as well.
But yeah, I remember that especially because some of the boys, obviously we met up halfway, we mentioned it earlier,
Yeah.
some of the boys had been to the Bullet Club block party, which was in gorgeous sunshine.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful day, so people were like looking outside like, I think I'll just wear probably shorts and a t-shirt
Yeah,
for
I'm
that.
good, I'm good.
A lot of them did not accept, like many of us should, that we are incredibly English, white, pale, and they got horrifically sunburned. I was hiding in the shade because I know better. And yeah, they turned up at WrestleMania and in like a jacket at best.
Yeah.
And I've been caught out partially with that. I was cold and I still had already taken my coat. So yeah, as much as it might be tempting to wear shorts, I would always go trousers.
Definitely.
Or at least those zippable ones. I don't know if they're still a thing or if they're cool anymore.
Poppers. Get some poppers.
Yes. And yeah, just bring an extra jacket or an extra layer, as Andy said, because yeah, when the sun goes down, all of a sudden you're like, and there's that lull in between a match. You're like, I don't really want another beer. Is there any hot Bovril bar around by any
Yeah, you
chance?
can get a Bovril in Philadelphia, brother. You could try. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, excuse me, if you go, Bovril?
Yeah, see, could you, those burgers you have, could you juice one for me? Could you just juice it down?
Well, let us know your thoughts on Bovril in the comment section below. While you're at it,
Enjoy this burger juice video, ranking burger juice from best to worst.
that's not what it says.
No, it really doesn't. Bye.